Coming up with a list of free quilt patterns that are easier than they look was a much more difficult challenge than I was expecting. For one, I quickly realized that this video will be viewed by quilters of many different skill levels. So what is simple for one quilter might be challenging to another. And then there was a similar difficulty when trying to determine what makes a quilt look difficult. So one quilter might be able to look at a quilt and know exactly how it's constructed, and another might have no idea. So I had to come up with a couple rules for myself. And these are definitely just my opinion. You might feel differently. But I feel like simple piecing does not include curves, it does not include templates, there are no specialty rulers, and there are no weird angles. And difficult looking quilts might have faux curves, small repetitive blocks, deceptively simple piecing, and disappearing blocks. And by that I just mean that the block is not immediately apparent. It might be hard to find. Feel free to disagree with me in the comment section down below. I tried to stick with these rules as I was searching for quilts, but I might be pushing boundaries a bit with the last few. I also put together some mock-ups so you can see a few of the quilts in different colorways. I didn't get around to mocking up all of the quilts because I didn't have enough time. But the fabric lines I chose were Paper Cuts 2 by Rashida Coleman Hale, a lot of big prints, a lot of warm colors. Then I have Quintessential by Laundry Basket Quilts. I love the polka dots and stripes together. Some people don't like that, but I really like that. And there's a lot of neutrals in this collection, which was really nice. I also have Rocket Science by Art Gallery Fabric Studio. A few more novelty prints, a little bit more cheeky and fun. And then finally I have Scenery by Elizabeth Hartman. And there are not a lot of neutrals to be found in here, so that was a little bit difficult, but I had a lot to choose from. Now let's take a look at the quilts. The first category is squares and rectangles, and the very first quilt is Amplify by Art Gallery Fabrics. This is a basic grid, so if you can sew squares together, you can make this quilt. By setting the blocks on point, it instantly makes it look like 10 times more difficult than a standard square-pieced quilt. I think the two main challenges with this pattern will be staying organized and also trimming off the excess from these outer edges here. So you trim that off and then you add your border. But overall, I love this one, very simple, and I really like how it looks like a big granny square blanket. This is Pixelated Rose from Riley Blake Designs. I know this one will wow people, and all you have to do is sew simple squares together. The key to making this quilt is picking colors that work well together without getting muddy, and also, again, staying organized. If you're going to make this quilt, I would encourage you to make a coloring sheet for yourself so you can sort of experiment with color before you buy fabric. So you can get some grid paper, copy this out on it, and then make several copies of that and color those in with different colorways. Just make sure to pay a lot of attention to light, medium, and dark so everything looks well balanced. This is Quietude by Art Gallery Fabrics. This quilt is all rectangles, and it's basically just a modern take on the log cabin block. The combination of a few things are working together to make this quilt block look more difficult than it is. So first, the blocks are set on point, the different widths of the rings in each block, and then the color placement. In fact, it was so successful that I didn't realize until I was looking through this pattern that every block is the exact same. So I thought each block had different combinations of widths for their rings, but they're all exactly the same. But depending on how the color is placed, it can really change how the proportions look. Now, the theme for this video, quilts that are easier than they look, was suggested by a viewer, and it was a great suggestion. And it was also a great challenge to find free quilt patterns that would fit within the theme. So if you have a suggestion of your own, please make sure and leave a comment down below or give a thumbs up to the suggestions that you agree with in the comment section. And if you want to see more free quilt pattern videos, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to stay up to date. For this next section, we're going to be looking at patterns that include triangles. And first up, we have Turn Down the Volume from Riley Blake Designs. Keeping the contrast low for this quilt really gives the pattern a little bit of mystery, and it helps hide how simple the block is. This quilt is mainly squares and rectangles and 4 patches, but there are also some half square triangles mixed in here. The repetition and the small size of those 4 patches really helps the block disappear. This is Ring Bearer by Laundry Basket Quilts, and honestly, the pattern doesn't look very difficult, but it does look more difficult than it actually is, because this pattern is as simple as squares and half square triangles. I like the scrappy look here because it makes the stars sparkle and it hides the fact that there are no flying geese here. I also like that it would be pretty easy to scale this pattern up or down. Next we have Swan Dive, and this is a Fat Quarter Shop exclusive. This is actually a 1-block quilt, and the block is actually much smaller than you might think. At first glance, it looks like you're going to be piecing flying geese and a sort of a wonky diamond shape, but actually, if you open up the pattern, you'll see that this block is made up of just 2 different sized half square triangles. I think this would also be a great candidate for a scrappy quilt. Dulcet from Art Gallery Fabrics is another pattern that is hiding a really simple repeating block with a low contrast color palette and strategic color placement. So believe it or not, this quilt is just 9 blocks, and each of those blocks is made up entirely of flying geese units. The color placement is a little elaborate here, and I didn't pay very much attention to it when I was making my mock-ups, but if you follow it to the letter, you'll get these little friendship stars peeking through all over the place. It reminds me a little bit of those magic eye puzzles. It makes me wonder what I'll see if I unfocus my eyes. The last section I'm going to go over is pre-printed foundation paper piecing. So I'm going to push the limits a little bit here. The next 3 quilts can be reverse engineered and pieced traditionally, but it really is so much easier to piece them with the pre-printed foundation paper. So if you go to your pattern and then look under supplies, it'll tell you you need 1 cake mix recipe, 12 foundation recipe cards. The combination of these sew and flip corners and some cleverly pieced sashing really fools the eye, and I appreciate that. I like that a lot. So that was Baked Alaska by Moda Fabrics. And then next up we have Star Climber from the Fat Quarter Shop. And this one is a lot of fun. I love how the log cabin blocks make the star blocks look like they're set on point. If you don't want to use the pre-printed papers for this one, I think it would be really easy to reverse engineer these 2 blocks because log cabins are pretty simple and straightforward. And then if you don't want to figure out how to do the woven star block, you could just replace it with whatever star block you do prefer. In fact, in my mock-ups, I used a simple sawtooth star instead. And last but not least, we have the Gratitude Quilt by Lori Holt. This block has absolutely no curved piecing, but with the right combination of angles, you end up with these faux curves all throughout the quilt, and I love that. That's so fun. So you can see that the piecing isn't actually that difficult. You're just going to be making 4 of these triangles. The challenge lies with the cutting. So these pre-printed papers really do simplify the process a ton. They would make everything a lot more simple. But if you are feeling adventurous, you could make some templates of your own, put your own spin on it, maybe change the angles a little bit here or there, and then piece your block traditionally. Or you could use your templates to do some English paper piecing. In fact, if you have EQ8, there is a very similar block. If you go to Classic Pieced, down to 4X, and then over here, so very similar. I think the angles might be just a little bit different. But I did this one and then I mocked it up. Don't pay attention to the colors because I just grabbed whatever was closest. And you get that very similar faux circle going on here. So the absolutely wonderful thing about EQ8 is you can go to print and export and it'll give you everything you need to know, yardage, piecing, whatever, but it also gives you templates. You can see there are your template pieces right there. Or you can go to foundation paper piecing and you'll get this. And then you can size your block to make sure it fits on a piece of paper, or you just, tape them together. Thanks for spending time with me today, quilters. If you want to support this channel and help me buy supplies and materials for future videos, please visit my Buy Me a Coffee page linked in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss upcoming videos. And I'll see you again real soon. Bye!